Hello, my name is Professor Robin Wood, and the purpose of this video is to assist students in generating an MLA citation for a web source. So let's go ahead and get started. You'll notice here on the screen that I've already created an MLA document that follows MLA guidelines. I have my running header here, I have my header here, and then I have generated a works cited page with a page break, and I'm ready to put my citation there. I always recommend to students they utilize the Purdue Online Writing Lab, because that is a great resource for formatting. So I'm going to go to Purdue Online Writing Lab. I actually want the formatting and style guide for MLA, so I'm going to click on that. If you scroll down through this website, you will notice that there are various links on the left-hand side. I'm going to concentrate today specifically on an electronic source. If you want to generate a citation for a book or a periodical, that means that you actually have them in hand. You're not reading an electronic book or an electronic periodical, but you have them in hand. You would use those. But for most of the citations that you'll create through Liberty Online, you'll use an electronic source. So I'm going to click there. If you scroll down to the middle of this page, you'll see in the middle that there's a bullet pointed list for creating a citation for online database periodical information. We're actually going to concentrate today on creating a citation for an actual web page. So I'm going to go here. You can pause your screen and read over the specific information that you need for the actual citation. Notice that typically you're going to start a citation with an author information, but if you don't have the author information, then you're going to go directly to the title of the page that you're going to be using. After the title of the page, you are then going to follow that up with the title of the website. And then after that, you're going to follow that up with the publisher information. Unless the publisher name is the same name as the website, then you do not have to duplicate it. If the publisher name is different than the title of the website, you do have to indicate it. So let's take a look at these sample citations. What I have here is I actually have the author's information, the title of the web page. It's in quotation marks. Next, I have the title of the website, eHow, and notice how that's in italics, and I follow that with a comma. Next, I have a copy of the URL. That's how I get to the website. Notice that it's not hyperlinked. I don't have the underlined blue text. That's been removed. And then after that, notice that I have the access date, and notice the formatting. Now, in this sample up here, you notice that there's not an author, so you would skip that. You go directly to the title of the website. WebMD is the title, or excuse me, this was the web page. WebMD is the title of the website. This date here is the date of publication for this particular page. After that, I have the URL from which this information can be found, and then you would include the access information. So let's go ahead and create a web citation. I'm going to use this particular, I'm going to use one of the sources provided to us in the week 2 module for the essay 1. I'm going to go to this website, and I just want to look around and show you where I'm going to get my information. The first thing I need to do is determine whether or not there's author information provided, and there is. So as I scroll down, I notice that the title of, or the author's name is Peter Stats. The title of the web page is There's One Sure Way to Fix the Opioid Crisis. The publication date for this particular article is November 4th, 2017. The title of this website is Newsweek. So I'm going to scroll up and show you. That's the title of the website. I'm going to confirm that the publisher information is the exact same thing as the website. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom. And sure enough, the title of the website is the same, or the publisher is the same thing as the website. So I do not have to duplicate that. So let's go ahead and look at what a citation would look like for this particular source. Notice here that I have included the author's name. I've transposed it and put a period. Then I actually, let me cut this off, sorry guys. Sometimes this video I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. Okay. Next, I have the title of the web page. Notice that it's all in capital letters. Notice that I don't have any unusual formatting. I've seen sometimes that people will actually include some type of hyphen or line break in between a title and a subtitle. That does not appear. If you actually have a title or a subtitle, you would separate those with a colon. So this is in quotation marks. All the primary words are capitalized. The next I have is Newsweek. Notice that that's in italics. That notes that that's the title of the website, not the web page. I don't have to put publisher information because Newsweek is the publisher, so I don't have to duplicate that. The date that the article was published is here. Notice it's followed by a comma, and that the dating is formatted in a specific type of way. Next, I actually have the URL. Now, notice that this is in italics. I need to take that off of italics. It needs to appear just like that. Notice that it doesn't have a hyperlink. If you have a citation that has a hyperlink in it like this, what you're going to do is right-click, and you're going to remove that hyperlink because you should not see a hyperlink in an MLA citation. And after that, I have my access dating information. So that's everything that I need for this particular source. Now, I'm still not done because I have to have a hanging indent. So to generate a hanging indent, what I do is I highlight this information. I go up to the paragraph on my ribbon. I find the indentation section, and I click on hanging, and that will click the formatting. So now I've got an appropriately formatted citation for the web page. There's one sure way to fix the opioid crisis and everything that I need. Now, I do want to draw your attention to the fact that sometimes we're going to provide you sources that are actually periodicals. Okay, so as I scroll down through this, notice that this is a journal article. So if I go to this particular site, then it's going to bring me to the actual article that appeared in the journal. So this is loading through MindTap and Cengage for us. My citation for this is going to look a little bit different. If I go back to my Purdue Online, I would scroll up here, and I'm going to include all this information here in this bullet pointed list, okay, all of this here, and I'm going to format it using this punctuation. So I start with the author editor information, and notice here it tells me I put a period after it. Then I'm going to put the title of the article in quotation marks. So that goes here. Put a period after it. The title of the website or the project or the book. So for the source that I was looking at, the source that I just went to, okay, this is the title of the page, Current Challenges in Educational Research for Opioid Abuse Prevention. This particular article originally appeared in the Journal of Alcohol and Drug Education, and it was published on April 2017. So when I go back to my bullet pointed list, okay, I've got the title of the book, the journal that I mentioned. I've got the date of posting, okay, the publisher information. What I would do is go back to that site, and the publisher, if I do not see that information provided to me, I'm going to just scroll down, then I'm going to assume that the publisher is the name of the publication, the Journal of Alcohol and Drug Education. All right? And so with that having been said, when I document this particular source, the publisher information will not be omitted. If there are page numbers, for example, when I go to this, if there are any page numbers noted, then I would put that in my citation. But you see that this isn't actually numbered, so I don't have to worry about that. All right? And then I go through and I'll put a URL without the HTTPS, without the perma or the hyperlink, and I'm going to put the date accessed. So when I scroll down, again, this is going to be the flow of the information. I would type that in just like I did the previous information, and then I'll include a hanging indent. I won't say there's a science to this, but there definitely is a formula, and you need to make sure that you're following that formula. You may need to make sure that when all is said and done, you've got a works cited page that looks consistent. On the Purdue website, you can actually go to a sample paper that they provide to you. So I'm going to click right here. And if you scroll down into the center of the paper, and you scroll down, or the page rather, and Purdue has put these little colored text boxes on here to kind of just point out to you some of the attributes of this. What I want you to notice is this particular works cited page and how consistent it looks. How you have all the sources that go in alphabetical order, how you have either italics, or you might have some things put in quotation marks, such as this, how every citation either starts out with author information or the title of the smaller container like this. In MLA, you do not start out with the title of the publisher. So the best thing that I can recommend is that you have the sample paper in front of you, and you have this Purdue guide or an actual formatting guide for you, and that you do the best that you can, but that it looks consistent and that you're following the formatting as best as you possibly can. I hope this video helps you.